Put a load in the truck yesterday, we get that out, and then here later this morning we're gonna go cut some more beans. We got about 50 acres to take off today that are ready, and then the rest of our beans are still a little wet yet. I'm gonna go down to the neighbor who's having me do some custom combining for him, and I'm gonna take about 200 acres of his beans off. Hopefully I can get his beans off in a few days. We got the weather, I think I can do it. All right, the wind's blowing and the sun's shining, so we're gonna head to the field now. A little earlier than normal, but I think we can go. Let's roll. Well, we made it to the field and we had barely any dew. Let me go test some. This is how you test your beans. I think I've explained this to you like 10 times already. All right, the pods are a little sticky yet. The beans are a little soft. I'm gonna check the oil here and check some different things, fluids and whatnot. And then I think by the time we get going here, the sun's out, the breeze is blowing, so I think we're gonna be rolling. Even if we start at 16, by the time they get down, they could be down to 12 or even 10% by the end of the day. So they'll balance out. We're trying to shoot for 13.5. If you bring them to the market too wet, you can get docked for drying. If they are too dry, you leave money on the table. You could be selling water. First step is check oil. Engine oil is beyond full. That's strange. Hydraulic gear case thing is good. So everything else looks good. So we're ready to rock and roll. All right, here we go. Alright, here we go. This is our last little sliver for this field. And then we're jumping over and doing, there's about 26 acres in the next field. Well, it can be kind of tricky moving fields by yourself. What I like to do is take the head down to the field first. There's not always a good place to put the head that's off the road, but I think on this field there's a decent place to put it. And then we got to unhook the head, the cart from the truck, so I can bring the truck back. That'll be it for now until we get done with some custom work and come back. Got about 80 acres of beans left after this. We could do that in one day, but we're gonna be jumping around to several small fields. So reality is it'll probably be 2 days. Thank the Lord for this nice weather, because we don't always get weather like this. Today is another soybean combining day. So you might be getting sick of it by now, but that's what's going on here. So we're here today doing some custom cutting, helping Mount View Farms get their crop in the bins. We are gonna bang some acres out. Oh, we got the breeze blowing, sun's shining, and the combine windows are really dirty. So that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm cleaning some windows. Entertaining stuff, I know. Today I'm using Castle Streak Proof Glass Cleaner because that's what they had at CarQuest. And it works good. You just spray it on and then it foams up and then you wipe it off. when it dries, there's no streaks. It's almost like there's no window even there. It's amazing. Watch this. I'm gonna do this whole big window all at once. Whee! It's like graffiti. Oh, except I think you want to use this in a well-ventilated area. Key to getting a really clean glass is to use long strokes to get the bulk of the dirt off. The insides of these windows really aren't that dirty. The outside was filthy. There, so once you get the bulk of it off, you grab a new dry one. Get it really clean and dry like this, and that will get like all your streaks off. Then you can see all the streaks that you missed on the outside, so you usually have to go back outside to get the rest. I lost my nozzle. All right, windows are squeaky clean. The reason we have to wash windows before we start today is because yesterday the beans were really dry and the window got really dusty. That's the first time I've had to wash the windows since we started beans, but I think it was just a buildup of several days worth of dust. We've run this thing a few days without blowing it off, so now I'm going to take the leaf blower and just blow some dust off. Hold on, let me catch my breath. I don't know why I'm winded. Talking too much. Next step is to blow this thing off because we've run it a few days without blowing it off. Rule number one with fire prevention is to minimize the amount of dust accumulation. Back in 2016, we actually lost a combine. We've lost 2 combines to fires in our career. The first one was hydraulic oil on the exhaust or something like that. The second one was, I'm not even sure, a hot bearing or probably another oil burst. So we're gonna blow this thing off because the last thing we want is to get caught on fire today. Main thing I want to blow off is back by the engine compartment because that's where the hottest stuff is. Wow, now I need a shower. Oh, man, that's itchy. We got all the stray dust off her. Now I wish I had some water. Left all my water at home. So in a few minutes here, when Ryan gets here, we're gonna move down to the field and get her hooked up and ready to roll. Well, we're rolling now. We get to harvest some soybeans over top of the lake today. We got some real pretty views. Good morning, everybody. Or almost afternoon. It's very late morning. So last night we got combining and we got about 80 acres done between this field and 45 over there. Kind of crushed it till through 11 o'clock last night and then got some sleep. So we're back at it here today. I don't know if we're gonna get 80 acres today because it rained this morning, so we're getting a little later start. Hopefully though we'll get at least 60 done because the sun's out now and it's drying out quick. So we're getting fuel in the combine now, and then I got a couple parts to throw on it. They're just maintenance parts where it's like broken but it can still operate. It's just not the best. So there's an idler I have to put on, a blade, and a piece of plastic on the head that keeps breaking because, well, I'll show you. We're gonna fix this baby up like Ricky Bobby and get back at it. So this is what's left of the little rubber idler thing. It goes up on adjuster here. I'm not really sure why John Deere decided to make this out of plastic. Sprocket or pulley would have been probably better, but here we are at last. So this is what the deal is supposed to look like right here. The chain's supposed to ride up over this and it's supposed to be nice and round. I really don't know why it's plastic. This chain runs constant when the separator's on. Some things we'll never understand. One of my best friends from high school works at the John Deere combine factory, so sometimes I send him text messages of things to improve on. I'm sure they figured out that this was a bad idea already. Anyway, we're gonna throw this baby on and a couple other parts and we're gonna be rocking and rolling. Oh man, why? Come on. is up as far as she wants to go. Ow. Okay, back off. Okay, lovely. That's real easy to get to. Somebody's replaced this bolt before, I'm pretty sure. Seems like a carriage bolt would be the best idea. There we go. Our new idler slider black chain thing dealy is on and ready to go. All right, our next few adjustments are going to be on the head. So we're going to just pull the truck right around there, so our tools are right handy. There's a house across the road from here, and I'm just picturing them listening to me, thinking like, what is this guy talking about? All right, so we've got a broken blade here. It's got to get replaced. Oh no, that knife broke when we caught a tree with it when we were going through a hedgerow, so that was great. Oh, and we have a loose guard. So anyway, that's how we got to where we are. And then we have a broken because I cut it, but it was also peeling back here. In order for the head to cut properly, I had to cut that off. All right, that looks a lot bigger than... So the way that thing is held in is by rivets, and the rivets keep pulling out because I think you have to drill the rivets out in order to change this, and I think from being changed so much, those holes are bigger than the rivets we have. So I went to the hardware store and got a series of bolts that we could put in there in place of the rivets, hopefully. But most of what I got is too small. Crud. I guess that's not gonna work. I don't want to put a brand new piece on here and then have it just do the same exact thing. So I'm kind of trying to figure out what to do next. Oh, I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to try to rivet it. Fun, fun. Boom! Taught that thing who's boss. Oh my word, are you kidding me? Why? Are you kidding me right now? Okay, so lastly, we're going to do this blade. We need a torch for that. Got that new blade on. There's supposed to be a guard right here over the top of this blade. The reason I can't fix it right now is these two bolts are carriage bolts. They have the head that has the square thing that holds them, and they're stripped out. What I have to do is take a torch and cut these heads off. That's not something I have right now. So we're gonna have to just deal with it for today and hope that a rock doesn't hit this. That is the final piece that needs to go on, and we are ready to roll. All right, there's 20 acres down. Now I gotta go grab the head because it's halfway across the block and hook it up to my truck, then unhook it at the new field, and then come back and get the combine. It's called machinery juggling. A little bit of a challenge to move fields by yourself. When the next field's not within walking distance, you have to bring the head down and find a place for it where you can unhook it without it rolling downhill. And it has to be a spot you can access it with the combine. And then you gotta unhook it and come back with your truck to get the combine. If you have a second person with you, then you can just back the combine into the field driveway and then pull the head up along the road.